Morant is one of the dumbest motherfuckers on the planet. An absolute fucking moron. Here's a dude that's going to be making hundreds of millions of dollars, or has the potential to make hundreds of millions of dollars, who decides to throw it all away because he's an absolute fucking idiot. For anyone who doesn't know, Morant, over the course of the last season, has had a lot of gun related controversies surrounding him. Whether it was someone who allegedly, part of his group, that pointed a gun at an Indiana Pacers worker, or him flashing a gun while they were partying in fucking Colorado like a fucking moron. Homeboy goes to fucking rehab midway through the season or towards the end of the season for a couple of fucking days to try to reevaluate his fucking stupidity and his gun related fucking issues. And now, after the season's fucking over, is on fucking social media flashing a gun and partying like he's someone who doesn't have an issue already with guns. Here's a dude who could be the best player in the fucking world, but decides to be an absolute stupid fuck and just fuck around with his own money. Just so he can be gangster, just so he can be about that fucking life. Here's a fucking dude who should be named Clarence, who's a motherfucker who's got his whole world ahead of him, who's got all this money, all these sponsorship deals, is playing in the NBA, one of the best players in the NBA, one of the best young players, has the potential to be the fucking face of the league. And instead of accepting that, taking the fucking check, cashing his fucking money, he wants to be gangster. He wants to surround himself with a bunch of fucking people who are stupider than he is, which is saying something because this kid apparently is a dumb fuck. Dude needs to get his shit together and actually focus on making money and actually focus on taking advantage of the gifts and, quite frankly, the ability that he has to make ungodly amount of money just so he can take care of his family and create generational wealth. But he is gun-ho on trying to make sure that does not fucking happen. Because at the end of the fucking day, this fucking moron wants to be a fucking moron. He doesn't give a shit about being the best player in the NBA and making hundreds of millions, if not close to $1 billion. No. All he gives a shit about is presenting himself to be a badass, presenting himself to be a bad motherfucker. He wants to be able to walk into a hood and say, I'm that motherfucker, and then walk onto a court and say, I'm that motherfucker. It's absolutely pathetic. He needs to reevaluate his life. He needs to reevaluate his friends. He needs to reevaluate his family. His fucking dad is a dumb fuck as well. If he was a dad worth anything, he would sit his son down and tell him what the fuck is going on. Okay, he needs to get rid of some of these loser friends that he's fucking hanging out with who constantly tell him that it's okay to do whatever the stupid shit he is that he's doing. And he needs to just relax. He needs to get his head on straight and actually do what we all think he's going to do, which is be the best player in the league at one point. This dude has literally the ability to be the face of the league and make close to $1 billion if he just doesn't fuck it up. But once again, like we've seen time and time again, dudes like to get in their own fucking way. Dudes love to get in their own fucking way. They surround themselves with a bunch of yes men who refuse to hold their friend accountable because they depend on him. He surrounds himself with a bunch of family members who refuse to hold him accountable because, hey, fuck, he's been successful already. Who are we to say anything to him? He's had so many controversies over the last year alone. And this dude is still young. He's still in his early 20s. He has the whole world of fucking ahead of him. And he's fucking it up by being a dumbass. I hope to God, as a fan of basketball, as a fan of the sport, as a fan of the league, and as a fan of Morant, I hope to God he grows the fuck up.